Confirm the Macedonia lineup for you straight away, and they're in buoyant mood after their away win in Estonia in August. They've had a week away at a lakeside training camp, and some here believe this is the strongest team this young football nation has ever had, captained by the one-time Sheffield Wednesday defender Gotze Sedlovski. The key component of it, number 19 Goran Pandev, who had an outstanding season last time around for Lazio in Italy. Their Slovenian coach Srečko Katanec has told each player to concentrate on their jobs and not to be afraid of England. Rio Ferdinand's recovery from his toe problem means just one change for England, with Wes.
This is a different proposition altogether. I think Macedonia are going to have their periods in this game, and England have got to weather that.
It's now time for the national anthems. Local interpretation of God Save the Queen, but certainly sung with gusto. Goals scored and none conceded under the new regime, but this will be a more testing evening. Kick-off coming up, and we'll be right back for it. Macedonia have won their last 3 games, and yet this is largely the same group of players who drew and lost to Andorra in their qualifying group for the last World Cup. Incidentally, Andorra had been beaten again in this section. Match has just finished. The official away to Israel game, it was played in Holland, and it finished Israel 4, Andorra 1. The officials tonight all from France. The referee is Bertrand Laec. Well, maybe the pitch here in the Gradski Stadium is a little bit better than expected, but it will still test, David, maybe the quality of the first touch.
Well, definitely. I mean, the pitch from this angle looks as though it's in decent condition. When I was speaking to Steve McLaren before, he said it wasn't the best. But certainly in this first 10-15 minutes, I think it's just a matter of weathering what Macedonia start.
An early feel of the ball for Paul Robinson. And the challenge from a spiky character, Namovski, who's not frightened of putting himself about, and has picked up a yellow card. Just over 20 seconds. Temperatures very pleasant for the English-based players at kick-off time, which is an hour ahead of the clock back in the United Kingdom. Chevsky just slightly wrong-footing the number 3 Petrov. Well, Peter Crouch, who has taken to international football like the proverbial duck to water. 10 goals in his last 9 internationals. He's on a pace that hasn't been matched at the start of the England career since Roger Hunt 40 years ago, a World Cup winner. But this is Pandev, who will try and get the ball to the Macedonians whenever possible. The same might apply to England and Steven Gerrard, who's starting again from the right-hand side. And Chevsky sliding in. And the early skirmishes here might just sort out which tactical formation is going to hold sway here. Phil Neville with a good long throw towards Crouch. It might come out to Owen Hargreaves here. It does. He twice struck the frame of the Andorra goal at the weekend. He just strikes the blocking defender here in Skopje. There's certainly less than 20,000 inside the stadium, but you really wouldn't know that. The atmosphere is passionate, and Steve McLaren's been preparing his players to deal with it.
I think it's the kind of thing you'd expect coming to these kind of countries, Martin, to be honest with you. You know, the crowd are very patriotic, get behind the team. You've got to play in the right manner, try and quieten them. The slightest thing that they do, they'll get the crowd going again.
Early cross by Gerrard. Goalkeeper hesitated, and Peter Crouch was only half a stride away from maybe notching again.
That was a chance there, Martin. A chance for Steven Gerrard put a very, very early ball, and Peter Crouch, if he'd have been expecting it, I think, could have scored.
Gerrard. Forward by Sedlowski. Played just 4 games for Sheffield Wednesday. Every decision that goes against Macedonia is going to be greeted by this sort of reaction. There's your old Sampdoria clubmate, Srećko Katanec. You had a chance for a quick word before the kickoff?
Yeah, he's looking forward to it. He enjoys this international management. He was very laid back when he was at Sampdoria, and this gives him the time to spend with his family. But what he was very, very professional at Sampdoria, and I think he'll have really instilled some Italian organisation into this side. They're probably the kind of country that would have relied on individuals like Pandev. And I'm sure it's going to be a team performance tonight from them.
Here's Lampard picking it up deep. And seen out by Petrov. You talk about the pride, David, and it is Macedonia's Independence Day on Friday, September the 8th. They celebrate here. 15 years, an Independence Day down there. It's a young nation And they want to make an impact in the world in all sorts of ways, but there's probably none more popular than doing it here through the football team.
No, that's right. And you know, they've got better as the years have gone on. They've got better, and you know, clearly, you know, you look at the players pound for pound. If England perform tonight as they should do as individuals, then they win the game. But it's not going to be easy.
Fouled by Ferdinand, and a quick free kick that had England on their toes. Collected here by Downing. Steve McLaren caused a little bit of a stir by leaving Downing and Defoe out of a training game yesterday and putting in Wayne Bridge on the left-hand side and Andy Johnson of Everton up front. It was designed to just fool some prying eyes from the opposition. Ferdinand in crisply. Good ball from Lampard. The flag's gone up against maybe both Defoe and Crouch, who were both on the hunt. Jermaine Defoe, I'm sure, will be all the better, all the more confident for those 2 goals, even though they were against Andorra.
He thrives on scoring goals, Jermaine. If he's not scoring goals, then he does lose confidence. He thinks that's what's going to get him into the team, his goal scoring, rather than his overall performance. And I think Steve McLaren summed it up when he picked him for his first game against Greece and said that he is a confidence player.
This is Noveski. In the Macedonian papers this morning, they were talking about Tottenham being here to watch him tonight, and Everton. Certainly the tallest of the Macedonian defenders in front of goalkeeper Nikolovski. Here is Pandev. No free kick, despite the appeals. Macedonia so thrilled to start their group games with that win in Estonia. They're pressing on here with Maznov and Pandev. On the left-sided wing-back, Petrov is well forward. Him off Philip Neville. Taken down by Hargreaves, whose stature in the England setup has risen so much over the last few months. Of course, applies to Peter Crouch, who's penalised here for a bit of backing in. Janchevski. Noveski, and the middleman in the back three is Igor Mitreski. Sedlowski on the right-hand side, who scored that goal in Estonia. It was actually the first goal of the entire qualifying campaign for this European Championship. A little bit of history for a Macedonian player. He goes in powerfully with a challenge that works for the home side. Taken on by Pandev, and his cross that Maznov was going at with the header. They did take the lead against England, remember, 3 years ago. Namovski, who's trying to put himself about.
These are the kind of periods that Steve McLaren was talking about, you know, just before I was talking to the psychologist Bill Bezic. They talked about the first 15 minutes, about weathering the storm, about making sure that you try and quieten the crowd. They've started off well, Macedonia. They're not really troubling us at this moment in time, but they're certainly having the best of the opening skirmishes.
Pandev hasn't really been pinned down so far, and he gets a cross in. That's something that I'm sure the England coaching staff will be looking at closely. There's a bit of breathing space for a foul on Jermaine Defoe. Whether just to drop Hargreaves in around Pandev, found by Sedlowski. Ashley Cole saw plenty of the ball with Stuart Downing on Saturday. England looked more threatening coming from the left-hand side. Ashley Cole has only played for England so far in this campaign, for reasons that you all know about. Lampard and Terry, of course, Cole's new clubmates. It does give a different approach from that left for England Stuart Downing to say Joe Cole, who of course is still unfit.
I think what you've got with Steven Gerrard playing on the right hand side, he was talking before the programme. The boys in the studio were talking about him coming off the touchline and coming in field and getting involved in play. You had a player who did similar things like Joe Cole on the left hand side. You become very narrow as a team, very attacking centrally, and easy to play set up against, to be honest with you. So it's important that he retains that natural width.
3,000 England fans are all on the far side, good viewing area, and also a chance to make their voices heard. It's a rather open stadium. And trying to put together some open football with John Terry taking up an advanced position. 1-2s off the ref don't usually come off. Line it up by Downing. Gerrard unable to keep possession. Namovski got in. Here's Namovski. From behind as Defoe tries to drop a little bit deeper than Crouch.
Jermaine just got caught up in that one. England have started off okay, the weather and the storm.
Here's Namovski. And some willing support on the left from Petrov. It's a slightly late challenge by Philip Neville that the French referee has taken exception to. Paul Robinson trying to do some organising.
Yeah, it's a silly challenge from Phil. He can stay on his feet and stop the cross. It gives Macedonia a dangerous position.
Pandev to take the free kick. Not quite deep enough for Sedlowski. He probably was the target for it. Macedonia stealing some ground unfairly. So Philip Neville continuing to deputise for his older brother. Penalised again. It did happen a little bit in the Andorran game as well. Awkward and angular at times.
I think you bring attention to yourself when you're that size, obviously.
Nice lay up by Pandev. Petrov. And they're quick to get numbers forward. Katanets' team. Remember, they've had a lot of time to prepare for this game. A full week away at a lakeside training camp here in Macedonia.
This is a great ball in. John Terry deals with it like he does do for Chelsea and for England. The ball seems to be attracted to him. It's a dangerous ball in.
Namovski. He actually trod on the ball in the end. Sedlowski covering. Plenty of work for England to do in these opening minutes in their own half. Two crosses to try and curb. Knocked in by Petrov. That's another free kick conceded, again by Neville.
This is the kind of thing, again, a little bit too aggressive. The French referee's shown that he's going to give free kicks. Just got to stay on your feet, stay behind the ball as a block. Try to keep some possession now, England. I think they're giving the ball away a little bit too easy.
Lazarevsky, the right wing back, has come across to take this. Not take it to suggest that he practiced well over that week of togetherness at the training camp. Reclaimed by Lazarevsky on the way out. And the awkward nature of another crouch challenge.
Again, he's got hold of him, Peter Crouch. It is a foul. If he's not careful, that's 3 in a very short space of time. The referee could finish it giving him a yellow card.
Mitreski. 4 players from each 11. Started the match here 3 years ago. Pandev, and that's what maybe England have got to do a bit more, get Hargreaves around him. Now looking to counter-attack through Downing, but good challenge by Janchevsky. Malikowski is a grafter, the number 8 in midfield. Crouch and Defoe are in the middle. Just touched away from Peter Crouch, and he is not the referee's favourite player.
That's a bit harsh. It's a great ball in by Stuart Downing. Defender gets there before Peter Crouch. He's only jumping for the ball. Just trying to get it back. It's actually defended very, very well by Noveski. Should have been a corner for England. Gets there first. Bit unfortunate there, Crouchy.
Well forward for Macedonia here, with Pandev very keen to join in and given a licence to do so. And from what you know of Katanets, David, you would expect him to be a very organised coach. And
I think you can see that already. You know, they've got a clear defensive plan. They let the back 4 of England have the ball, get themselves back into a decent block, 5 at the back. When England have got the ball, the 2 central midfield players sitting there, and the front 3 form a line and just sort of force England to play long balls, to be honest with you. That seems to be the game plan at the moment.
But England have got a throw. Downing can use his right foot as well as the left. Ferdinand. Drop it for Defoe's control is excellent. Neville. Chase for Gerrard, but a vain one. So 50 caps for Steven Gerrard. One of the 4 Liverpool players to reach the landmark he's achieved today. Michael Owen, 60 of his caps as a Liverpool player. Emlyn Hughes, 59. Ray Clements, who's here as England's goalkeeping coach, 56. And Phil Neal with the round 50. He won't be over happy, Steve McLaren, with giving away a number of free kicks, and giving some opportunities for Macedonia to get the huge boost of confidence that possession brings, and of course you can multiply that manyfold should they score the opening goal. And Ashley Cole's got plenty of green grass ahead. Lampard. Hargreaves having lost possession. Catanets screaming at the 4th official. Out by Pandev at the end.
The referee gave the foul. I don't know what Katanec is getting involved with that. The referee's giving the foul for the free kick. Like to see England keeping the ball that little bit more. They've had a couple of counter-attack opportunities, but when it fizzles out, when it dies out, keep the ball. Frank Lampard gave it away easily there, and it just boosts them, gives them possession, lets them get the confidence up, gets the crowd on their side.
Foul foul by Pandev, crouch-like. Mind that this referee is obviously not a great lover of attackers and not much licence to throwing their weight around in both halves of the pitch so far. Back goes Petrov. Phil Neville trying to slide it down a channel there for Defoe. As I said at the start, there is a lot of optimism here. It is extraordinary, though, to think that in that World Cup qualifying group, Macedonia lost away to Andorra and were held on this ground to a draw by the same lowly opponents who didn't even come out and try and give England a game on Saturday. Lampard. And Gerrard is feeling the pressure, trying to play at maybe too high a tempo. Header by Gerrard, on from Lampard. Again, a forward penalised, a bit of shirt grabbing spotted by the assistant. And the culprit was Defoe. There was just a tug on the shirt there, but he's got very, very good eyes. I can only think in their playing days these officials were all defenders. Here's Gerrard. Downing, Cole is racing up in support. Downing crosses a little bit off balance, a little hurried in the delivery. Petrov. It's not quite a full house here because the prices are expensive by Macedonian standards. The cheapest ticket's €20. £15 mark. The average monthly wage in Macedonia, monthly wage, only €200. And it is live on local television here, as well as for you on the Sky Sports back in the United Kingdom. Here's the captain. A bit of possession won't do England any harm. After a rather tentative start, but not a costly one through the first quarter of the game. Lampard, who found it hard to get into the match against Andorra, where he makes his runs, there was just no room at all. Ferdinand. His touch was a sure one. It's back out to Neville. Gerrard, picked off by Petrov. Now Pandev, Braveheart they call him here. And Macedonia trying to put together a brave counter-attack. Shimolikowski. Comes out to Janchevsky. Shimolikowski again, Janchevsky's early ball. Namoski just trying to get in front, or got in front of Phil Neville, but didn't judge the trajectory of the cross well enough. And we'll start again from deep with Cole. Challenge from behind on Defoe by Mitreski. England have been here for just over 48 hours. They trained on the pitch this time yesterday. Hargreaves. Misjudged by Petrov, and maybe a chance for Gerrard to whip in one of his excellent crosses from the right-hand side. Petrov threw himself across the line of the ball and made up for his earlier misjudgment. Phil Neville's got a lengthy throw. And Crouch, maybe they've got just the right man to try and meet it. There you are. Tipped over by Mikolovsky.
It's a useful armour to have, to be honest with you. You've got to play with a long throw, and you've got people like Peter Crouch at that height. And there you see, he jumped cleanly. A good header. I think he's just going over. The keeper doesn't know that, and he's got a good save onto it. But England in the last few minutes have just got a little bit of possession, got themselves into the game a bit.
Terry Venables has been working on the attacking side of England's corners. And they've got one that just drifts over Crouch. That John Terry tries to attack. It's just too much on the delivery from Downing. Good aerial defending by Neville. Another free kick given against an attacker. An odd feature of the first half of this first half.
A lot of them have been very harsh, I think, as well, Martin. It seems
minimalistic.
He's done it for both sides, though, to be fair.
Can't argue with that. Terry. Gerrard coming off the touchline again, and he's carried on his run into the middle. Defoe, it was short of Gerrard and of Crouch. Taken down by Ferdinand. This is tripped by Namosky. Good advantage played by the referee. Gerrard, who stayed central. England's throw. Chance maybe for the Neville-Crouch combination to have another look, although Gerrard's come for a short one. Plenty of track to have a run at it on Phil Neville. Crouch making a nuisance of himself. And the goalkeeper was transfixed. And had Defoe's overhead kick been on target, England might have been celebrating the lead.
For me, Jermaine Defoe is the most natural goal scorer in the country, Martin. You can see there, it's just improvisation, immediate improvisation. Knows what's needed in that instance to score a goal. Just went wide.
Declined by Terry. Just pulling away behind Petrov. He does cover a lot of ground, Peter Crouch. I reckon 12 to 13 kilometres per game. They have the resources, the sports scientists, to measure those facts now. And a slight victory for England in the sense that the Macedonian fans were involved in the Macedonian wave, and concentrating on the activities of their team. They certainly were in the opening 15 minutes or so. Here's Hargreaves. Lampard. Hargreaves able to push on. Gerrard first time. And again with a pushing ball to Neville. Lampard. Just gone a deeper position now as Gerrard doesn't quite set himself to playing across. Here's Pandev, the man for Macedonia, they believe. Namosky. They have to get their defensive shape right here. Namosky, that's Masnov, and pushing it down for Shimolikowski. That's another touch here. Pandev. Petrov putting some passes around, and then the cross was enough to attract Masnov at the far post. It was Robinson's ball. And now Defoe. Those balls that could have just dropped for Defoe. He was one-on-one with Mitreski. Szymalikowski there's a lot of Peter Crouch to try and intercept with. He couldn't quite reach it. It's a weak one in the end from Janczewski. Hargreaves. England give it away between Hargreaves and Ashley Cole. There's Pandev. Scored 11 Serie A goals for Lazio last season. Mosky, he didn't seem to get too much to aim at. Well, there are a couple of Prem Plus games for you to enjoy on Saturday. Everton against Liverpool, a Merseyside derby from 12:30. And at 5, it's Manchester United against Tottenham Hotspur. Terrific double bill for you, new Prem Plus viewers, this coming Saturday. Ferdinand against Greece came out conspicuously with the ball from the back. This is an away game, of course, and a competitive game. The forward momentum in this England attack did come from a defender, but Ashley Cole couldn't control the pass.
The way that Macedonia have set up with three forwards, Pandev, Naumovsky and Maznov, it's going to be very difficult for any of the England back four to come out with the ball and initiate attacks. You have to get the central midfield players involved, keep the ball for a couple of passes and get the fullbacks involved in a later stage of the attack in many ways.
Although Katanec has wing-backs, those wing-backs are happy to slot in defensively as well. Noveski and Sedlowski are moving around man-to-man. Petrov particularly is appreciating what's required, and they look tactically well drilled, the Macedonians. Lampard. Cole. Steve McLaren's gone into, in fact, walked actually out of his technical area to get closer to the touchline. He realised that and stepped back in. But England have got some possession for him here. And they want some crosses. Try and utilise the crouch factor. But Noveski got in front of him then. He's on the ball again here. Oh, chased back well. Downing. So Lazarevsky is not a wing-back who's going to ignore his defensive responsibilities. Got in the way of Downing's attempted cross. Crouch trying to set it up for Owen Hargreaves. Macedonia do it for him. Here is Hargreaves. Speculative. Only Macedonia. I heard a few people saying that before I left the UK.
It's a tough game. You just see Owen Hargreaves' shot there. It's well wide. Stuart Downing was in a better position. He could have given it to him and got the cross in.
England haven't yet made a breakthrough. There's more than half an hour gone. Good quality from Ashley Cole. Chelsea, of course, have bought into. From Lazarevsky. It's a bit too showy for the local supporters. Petrov prepared to go infield with Gerrard. Lazarevsky is penalised. Been a lot of stoppages so far. Lampard. Neville. Ferdinand is well forward here. Power of Gerrard. Persistence of Gerrard. And of Petrov as well. All credit to him.
This is terrific defending. We look at somebody like Steven Gerrard, his insistence to get the crossover. Thought he'd done Petrov there, and he gets back. It's a terrific block.
Now Mosky was drawn back in. This is the one main stand in this Gradsky Stadium, the municipal stadium really it means. But across the other side, these rather derelict, what should be luxurious apartments, the river through Skopje, the Bardo is just the other side of the apartments. They're obviously built with the upper market of the city in mind, but they've been derelict for a couple of years. They haven't got the money to finish them. Masnov. Mosky wants to get back on. He's on as the referee stops play yet again. I think they have not just Peter Crouch, of course, at the dead ball situations. They have John Terry as well. And, they will stay up for the subsequent corner. Sedlowski just got a glimpse of him with the captain's armband with Ron Atkinson signing when a lot of foreigners went to Hillsborough the late 1990s. He was hit by injuries in his time in England. Now he might be hit by an England corner. All sorts of wrestling that ends up with Peter Crouch on the ground and protesting that he was wrestled down. Time to dwell on that with Mosky taking the throw and Pandev pressing on and still giving England problems when he does get on the ball. Petrov. See how deep Defoe is. He's lost a boot as well, so he's a bit late on parade getting forward if England do mount an attack. Yellow card comes out for Lazarevski. Have a couple of players yellow carded in Estonia. He wasn't one of them, David. Defoe is properly shot again. What did you think of the penalty claims?
I think you get those kind of things in any game. I don't think there's been too much of a touch on Peter Crouch. It didn't seem to be as though he's complained too much that it was going to be a penalty.
Shades, of course, of John Terry at Blackburn Rovers recently when he did get the decision. Chelsea in the Premiership. Downing. Thinking about a quick throw, but there wasn't really anything on for him. And Neville thinks of a long throw. Crouch flicks it on Defoe. And England's best couple of moments really have come from Phil Neville's restart, hurling the ball in towards Peter Crouch.
Defoe won't be happy with this, Martin. It's a difficult chance, but somebody with his ability, he would have expected to score there.
He's had two shies from touch-ons, and Crouch, of course, had the direct header over the bar. Downing. Gerrard almost running into Stuart Downing's space. I don't know whether Downing would have got the ball. It's an England throw. Defoe was unmarked as Hargreaves has the shot. Petrov defended the original ball, and Owen Hargreaves then fired high, wide and handsome. But Peter Crouch has still got plenty to gripe about here, he feels.
When you look at it from that angle, it's a definite penalty. Noveski's got no intention whatsoever of looking at the ball, but these things happen in Europe, unfortunately. I don't think the officials look at them and they give them.
Free kick to Macedonia. Zedlowski. Janchevsky, whose touch on the ball hasn't been particularly conspicuous. Unlike Pandev's. Namovsky. Shimolekovsky tried to place it. Protection in front of Robinson. Zedlowski. Shimolekovsky again, Pandev. Masnov made it his. England looked as though they might have the advantage. It's a corner, and after a spell when Peter Crouch was causing all sorts of trouble at the other end, Macedonia have come back strongly.
It's exactly the thing that you don't want to happen. We after 15 minutes, they started off better than us without really causing us any problems. Then you get to a situation where we're controlling the game. You give them one chance, the crowd gets up again. All of a sudden, we've got to face a corner and have a tricky 4 or 5 minutes before half-time.
Well defended by John Terry member Shaqiri, who's a sub here tonight. He played in England for a while for West Brom. Scored direct from the corner and effectively ended David Seaman's international career when the countries met at Southampton in 2002. Igor Matreski had stayed back. Pandev again. Shimolekovsky. Namovsky. Pandev. Janchevsky wants it back, but it came not within his remit of controlling it from Masnov. As I say, his touch hasn't been great.
This is a great chance actually for Shimolekovsky. And again, it's John Terry that gets the block. Terrific defending. It was needed.
And here's Defoe, and there might be a break on for England here. And the goalkeeper beats Gerrard to it. England pleased with the news from Russia today, the 0-0 against Croatia. Both nations dropping points. But, it's 0-0 here in Macedonia. To hurry the clearance, Nikolovsky and Nikolovsky rather, and it showed. Lampard. That's good work by Philip Neville, and here's Lampard. A good save. That might just have been creeping in from Frank Lampard. Nikolovsky turned it behind.
Unfortunate Frank Lampard here. It's a great strike. Sees the gap open up with him. Anybody needs a goal at the moment, he does. You can't see it from that angle, but from where we was, Martin, this is a better angle. I think this is creeping in. And in the end, it finishes up, and it's a very, very good save.
And Terry Watching that run in the near post channel. Cole, Macedonia not out of the wood from this particular piece of England pressure, and in goes Crouch. It's back where it started from with another England corner. Half-time shortly upon us.
I think he's got a score here, Martin. Right in the 6-yard box. Don't see the replay there, the Macedonian director obviously not showing us the full replay.
Gerrard. It's just slipped at the crucial moment. It's been a strange half in a way. Macedonia had a good spell to start with. England responded. The Macedonians came again. And England finishing the half with a bit more polish, if not quite the penetration that the England fans want. Lampard, Defoe. Gerrard. Three in the middle for England. Just in stoppage time here. Game lost a little bit of shape. England couldn't quite cash in on that. They feel they should have had a penalty. And Peter Crouch had his shirt tugged by Noveski, and Crouch, also from Neville's long throws, has been a nuisance to Macedonia, but they've troubled England as well. And John Terry made a very fine block to stop Shimolikowski, giving the home side the lead, but we reached the...
We haven't played well enough, I don't think, in free play, and I think you might see Lennon come on at some stage, but it's not a time to panic. Get it wide. I think Stevie Gerrard's started in there, we were saying, Andy, when we started in there too far inside. He needs to start a little bit wide and pop in there so he's unmarked, and I think he's been dragged in there defensively, and we do lack that width down the right hand side.
OK, let's go and join the former England captain David Platt and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Richard. Well, no changes at a half-time and no goals on this scoreboard that they're proud of here. It's been reactivated after 3 years, especially for the occasion. England start the second half with a chance to improve on the first. Here's Ferdinand, and Defoe getting his shirt pulled as he tried to come for a ball played short to feed. It was Moski again. Gerrard to Crouch, spins it out wide to Neville. Crouch and Gerrard going for the same ball. Lampard trying to pick up the pieces, and again Crouch is in the middle! Surely it was over the line. It was. And it is Peter Crouch.
Cross comes over. It's Crouch and Gerrard causing problems in there. Frank Lampard gets in. Good persistence. Frank Lampard has a shot here, I think, but it comes back across the goal. Certainly live, it looks as though it was in. It's definitely over the line.
Peter Crouch, extraordinary sequence continues, this time by the narrowest of margins, but enough to make it Macedonia 0, England 1 inside the first minute of the second half. Mazarevsky. Oh, it's a fantastic start to the second period for Steve McLaren's men.
It's a great start for us, Martin, to be honest with you. You know, half-time comes, the Macedonian players went into a standing ovation because of the last few minutes that they had in the first half. So to come out and start like that, I think that gives us the confidence now to be able to control the game. Here's the goal again. Frank Lampard's persistence getting into a forward position. Just hooks the ball across. Very good finish, good acrobats. Certainly, like I say, live, we thought it was in beyond the goal. It's the referee, I think, who gives it, because the assistant. Sorry, the referee's assistant that gives the ball. The referee's obviously not going to see it from where he was.
Szymon. Now Gerrard. And England are on the move again. Flags up. Let's hear from our touchline reporter, Jeff Shreve. Jeff, what have you got to tell us?
Well, Martin, not only did Peter Crouch take the Macedonian.
Jeff seems to have been cut off in his prime down there. But maybe he was going to tell us that, that the England management didn't see the goal very quickly at the start of the second half. But it does mean now Peter Crouch has 11 goals in, this is the 14th game for his country. Lampard. Now Downing. Well, it might be a match-winning moment. It certainly could be a mood-breaking moment. Macedonian fans, who can be so volatile, so passionate, have been quietened by the goal so early in the second half at the end of the ground, where the real hotheads amongst the Macedonian supporters congregate. It's the west section of this stadium.
The next 5 or 10 minutes are so important for England now, not to give Macedonia a look in this next 5 or 10 minutes. I think they'll lose a great deal of confidence from it, because they don't really expect to beat us.
Here comes Terry, and it's Crouch again. Wide to Gerrard. And have 4 in the middle. Gerrard determined to put the ball there. Wrong-footed by Szymon really gave Noveski a problem. Here's Namovski. Oh, it's not often Jeff Shreves is kept quiet. Jeff, maybe you can finish your sentence this time.
Yeah, Martin, before the Gremlins set in, I was going to tell you that Steve McLaren actually was still in the dressing rooms when the goal went in. He came out, came straight to our monitor, and although he didn't see it live, his reaction was one of huge joy and huge relief.
Jeff, here's Lazarevski, and it just bent a little bit behind Ferdinand. Slapped it away. Lazarevski. Terry keeping his concentration. Cut out by Sedlowski. Pandev. Now it's run back his way. Remember, England still haven't conceded under Steve McLaren. They have now scored 10, and 5 of them have come from Peter Crouch.
You know, for any defender who's watching back home, they should just watch John Terry. The ball just gets attracted to him. You see him here. Pandev's going to have a shot. And he blocks it out.
Steven Gerrard's duty. It's the old job that Alan Shearer used to have, guarding the near post at set pieces. Lazarevski. Pandev. Sedlowski made a bit of a token challenge. England have pulled everyone back. Franceschi. Szymon. Noveski. Pass from Petrov. Actually had to be dealt with.
It's a poor cross in, to be honest with you. Paul Robinson's going to catch them all down. No problems whatsoever.
The other end, back to normal for Peter Crouch in terms of this match. Penalised for dangerous play this time, raising a foot. But he's raised the England spirits. As Franceschi, who has been pretty ineffectual in midfield, gives way to Darko Tasevski. Plays in Ukrainian football. none of the players who've been on the pitch are Macedonia-based. In fact, only one of the squad plays his club football in this country. That's the second goalkeeper. Downing wanted it played back down the left by Hargreaves. Lampard goes right, and Philip Neville's got some room. Defoe had to check. Gerrard. Actually, Cole almost getting in the way of Downing's attempt to cross, trying to get round the outside. To give the Middlesbrough man another option. Downing. He's done well to find a cross. In fact, took England a bit by surprise. He's going to drop for Gerrard here. And then he's taken to the ground by Nicol J. Noveski.
Definite foul again, a silly challenge. Gives England a free kick in a dangerous position.
Ferdinand bringing reinforcements from the back. Crouch peeled off this time to a deeper position. To his credit, Noveski went with him.
Yeah, it's clear that you're aiming for Peter Crouch at that height. And again, Noveski defends that very, very well, but it's another corner.
Crouch is there again. Ferdinand too. His foot was up. Well, to think that it was poor Dean Ashton's injury that let Peter Crouch into Steve McLaren's starting 11 for the Greece game. Talk about taking a chance.
Well, he scored his goals, you can't argue about that. Some people say it's not against the great nations, and clearly it isn't, but the goals are the same size, Martin.
Mazurewski. Malikoski. Just checking, we can't do it opposition like for like, but for Lineker, 6 in his first 13 games. Shearer, 5 in his first 13. Owen, 4. Crouch, 10. And now it's 11 in 14.
It's a better record.
3, incidentally. But often as a substitute and as a midfield player. And there was much more to come. Here's Tasevski.
It's a better record, Martin, but all those 3 players that you mentioned there went on to score goals against the top nations, and before we start getting carried away, I think that's what Crouch has got to do, but he's got to play against them first, in all fairness.
Macedonia are going to bring on another striker. So Stoikov for Goran Masnov. Of Partizan Belgrade in Serbia, which is due north of here if you took a journey across the far side and kept on going. Of course, this is still known in some quarters as the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. There's Petrov for them. Responsible defending from midfield, going back by Hargreaves. And a foul throw.
Steve McLaren just pulled Frank Lampard to him there, and I think the message was to get Steven Gerrard to just tuck himself in a little bit tighter inside there with Lampard and Owen Hargreaves, make us a little bit more resilient in that area.
Here's Lampard, not for long. It's possessed by Malikoski. Lampard tussling for it and penalised by the French referee Bertrand Layec for this. It's a quick play by Macedonia, the type of football that Catanets has been looking to instill into his team. We've seen little of it really tonight. Downing's throw. Kept in by Gerrard. Chested away by Noveski, but Gerrard didn't give it up, and it's another chance for Crouch. And you're almost surprised these days when he does fail to hit the target.
It's a good effort. He gets lucky with the ball that comes to him. He takes it very, very early. As it left his foot, looks as though it was arrowing towards the corner. I don't think it misses by far. You see here how far it misses by. Not too sure the keeper's got it.
It's amazing that a year ago he was straining in vain for that first Liverpool goal. And here he is, cock of the walk for his country. Well, by Pandev, they needed his Braveheart approach, but not quite like that. Crouch. Lampard. Made by Mitreski. That's Kasevsky, who's just eased off it. And Macedonia get the free kick.
He's isolated on his own, Owen Hargreaves there. Both Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard have vacated the midfield. A very good foul, very tactical foul.
A little bit late, and I guess for persistent infringement, been penalised plenty of times. Right, really from the early minutes of the match, Peter Crouch collects a yellow card, which might really inconvenience him and England as the group develops. Wes Brown got himself booked against Andorra. And now Crouch here. To the couple of Macedonian cautions in the first half. So do I detect, David, you've still got a little bit more to see from Peter Crouch to be a full believer?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you know, you can't take anything away from him. His record's there to score goals. I'm not too sure he's a natural finisher, and you know, talking the weekend about him breaking Bobby Charlton's record, I think is very premature. I think to be a top international striker, you have to score against the top nations. And like I say, in all fairness, he hasn't really played against too many yet to start saying he won't do.
He's also described as the striker with the best record in the world in 2006 in international football. Remember, he didn't score his first England goal till March.
No, and
he's
you have
now got 11.
That's right, and a great character for him as well, because you know it's not too long ago where he was being ridiculed and booed by certain sections of England supporters. So to go from that to what he is now shows that he's got a good character.
Sedlowski. What sort of character from Macedonia here? Fans can be a bit fickle when things are going well. They have the place rocking. They are not very tolerant of what they see as failure. Crouch. Well, he's got to be careful. And protesting isn't going to help. And I just wonder if England were to get a second goal, whether Steve McLaren might think discretion was the better part of valour and make a substitution.
think if we were to get a second, I mean, this game would be all but finished. You cannot see the Macedonians scoring 2 goals against us.
Tasevski. Mind you, we did say that down at Southampton.
Yeah, that's right. Don't get me wrong, it can always happen, but on the evidence of tonight, they don't look as though they've got enough to actually penetrate us and get a goal. But obviously, you can fall lucky in a certain instance, passage of play.
Pandev. Stoikov was the player, maybe not quite expecting a pass. It wasn't wide enough to the left side, really, for Pandev to have a shot.
It's good feet from him. But things close up on him very quickly. It's good defending by England. They've been impressed by the way that they've defended as a unit. They've hounded the ball, and marshalled by an exceptional captain in John Terry.
Now, I do detect you're convinced about him.
Without any shadow of a doubt.
Subject of Macedonian morale. There was an interesting incident here last night when Katanets threw out the media after about 15 minutes of the training, and included a local journalist. Pandev criticised him in the paper today for doing that. Criticised his own coach, called him rude. Here's goal. Defoe. Tasevski. Sedlowski. Lazarevski, the right wing back, trying to make some progress. And England are squeezing the life out of most of these Macedonian attacks before they become any way threatening. Ferdinand is very quick to get to those situations and needed to be there. Subsequent to that, free kick against Shimolikowski. Almost 20 minutes played in the second half. It's been a fruitful second half for England. Lampard. Sedlowski. Gerrard hoping it will drop for him, and it does, but everyone seemed to be taken by surprise, including the goalkeeper, Nikolovsky. At 1-0 up, you can see the funny side of it.
I don't think it's the best strike Steven Gerrard's ever hit, but certainly the keeper's gone down in instalments there, mate.
England have a corner. The second goal would surely secure the points for the undoubted favourites to win this game. But here's Pandev. Not cut and dried yet for England. And beyond Ashley Cole, Stoikov, one of the substitutes. Lazarevski, a lot of red shirts in the middle. Stoikov is one of them. Looking at the play, Shimolikowski, Sedlowski, they go wide again to Lazarevski. And Defoe, painfully, got a block in. All back for England. With a lead to defend. Robinson with the fist. It's put back in by Tasevski. Hargreaves did well. Oh, that's a cynical foul by Pandev, and the card could well be coming out again. He knew what he was doing.
It's a good punch by Paul Robinson, this. Gets there. Decisive. This is a definite foul.
It was a breakout.
Naughty little trip, really. Deserves the booking.
Germany 10 up in San Marino. I think it's 4 for Podolski, I'm hearing. Hitzelsberger, once of Aston Villa, of course. involved as well. Another very big night of Euro 2008 qualifiers. Both countries here with the chance going into the game of making it 6 points out of 6. Crouch forcing the throw for England. Downing. Prepared to go around the outside. Mazurewski do some defending. He's done it well. Malikoski. It's just too high for Terry, but Ferdinand was alert to that sort of danger. Paul Robinson was complaining after training yesterday that the goalmouth that he's defending in his second half was much more bumpy and rutted to deal with than the one at the other end. He's a bit tentative with the kick.
Peter Crouch getting one himself here. Surprised the referee didn't give that one against him as well, Martin.
Ashley Cole is with commendable pace, given he's had so little football. Malikoski. Lampard. England plays around the ball here. Too many options if they wanted to spread the play. Neville having to start from deeper than has been the case. Good chase by Defoe, but another bit of shirt grabbing spotted by this vigilant set of French officials. Time maybe where Steve McLaren will be thinking of possible alteration. I mentioned in the first half the Bridge and Johnson seemed to be higher up the pecking order. Downing. Pandev. David, did you have Peter Crouch in the under-21s?
Yes, I did. Yes, he played up alongside Defoe actually in the 2002 European Championships. He did very well. I mean, Jamie was talking about him at half time. He's a better player than people give him credit for, and his goal record's there. Don't get me wrong. And I just think he's, we need to see him against the top nations first, top defenders. Can handle height. They've got, they jump early, they get into you, they mark you tight, and they can handle the height and the problems that you give him. He hasn't got a great deal of pace to get away from people, so the characteristics aren't maybe there as to be a top striker. So you'd like to see him just against the top defenders before you make the judgment about him being the top striker in the world at the moment.
Here's Defoe. He's slipped away into a good position and brought England another corner and a chance to use that height against Macedonia for Peter Crouch. Defoe taking the low road. It is the little and large combination. We do have a corner where Gerrard peels away round the back. That's not the one. It's struck first time by Terry. Up there as well, but it was
this is a chance, Martin.
Corner.
People talk about centre halves not being the right people to get that kind of an effort on goal, but somebody like John Terry is a good finisher, scores his fair share of goals.
And he's into the 30s for Chelsea in terms of goal scoring. Stoikov. Comes out to Tasevski. Good footwork against Gerrard. And he went for the 1-2 with Pandev. And Terry was there again. He must Must be careful not to switch off here. Lazarevsky. Stoikov, Pandev, Petrov. Getting a little further forward, but not into really creating chances for an equaliser. Crouch loses out though to Shimolikowski. Pandev. The only problem really for Robinson was the bounce just in front of him.
I think he was aware of that as well, Martin. It's a good strike. It looks as though it's going to bounce just in front of him. And Paul Robinson dives forward to get the ball. I think he was aware there that the ball did bounce. He was in trouble.
Cheers are for Martin Shaqiri. It'll be the last change for Macedonia. Getting ready to come on. Sedlowski. It's the 71st cap for Shaqiri. Comes on for Namovsky. Shaqiri's played his football for many clubs in many countries. He even had a move this week to a Turkish team in the town of Turku. A Turkish team, I mean a Finnish team in the town of Turku. Followed up by Utreski. Might be some edgy moments ahead for England, who've looked capable enough of getting the second goal to settle the result, but haven't yet got it. Neville. Hargreaves. Gerrard trying to link up with Philip Neville. Macedonia give it straight to Hargreaves, who's pushed on down that right-hand side. Lampard. Here's Shaqiri. He bamboozled David Seaman at St Mary's in Southampton with that goal direct from the corner 4 years ago. England reacting with a change of their own. And Aaron Lennon is the choice of Steve McLaren for his first switch. It's Defoe who's being replaced. Ruining that chance in the first half. He couldn't keep his shot down. It's another opportunity for 19-year-old Aaron Lennon. His 7th outing as a substitute in a matter of months, really, including an impact on the World Cup. Into the last 15 minutes. Lampard. Lennon certainly comes into the category of impact player from the bench. No sooner on against Andorra and he was setting up a goal for Crouch. Terry again. It was an awkward situation. The judgment was spot on. Ferdinand was having problems with an opponent. Terry got the ball. Comes out to Downing.
I think the change that Steve McLaren has made, Martin, is a tactical one, in the sense that going on from before to get Gerrard tighter into midfield with Hargreaves and Lampard. He's gone 4-3-3. That's why I think the ball's been sacrificed. But I think it's more just to tighten that midfield area up rather than being a forward-thinking move.
Mitreski. It's not a pretty easy ride as the Macedonian sweeper. Malikoski, Sedlowski. There's the most capped player, 74th appearance tonight. Lazarevski. Vigilance is the word for England here. Especially with Shaqiri now on. Petrov, Pandev. And out by a sequence of headers. Shaqiri. Pandev. Shaqiri! Well, they can only do it, they think, in the international team over the short course. But he might just make a difference here at a vital time for the home side.
They get through with a series of ricochets they get through. Phil never gets caught in out position. Shaqiri hits it very, very early. It's a good strike. Not too sure that Paul Robinson's getting there, you know. Looks as though he's got it covered. Great strike. The difficulty that England have got now with this change in formation is that Peter Crouch can become exceptionally isolated. If you're not careful, the ball keeps getting onto you.
Well, Lennon may be responding to that. I said Mitreski was getting an easy ride, but not by Aaron Lennon then. And England have a corner through Lennon's chasing. Gerrard going near post. There's a Crouch coming in behind Rio Ferdinand that time. Out by Petrov. Stoikov is on here. Just in the nick of time for England. Ferdinand got across. Well, they'll be thumbing the record books, the German commentators. Stoikov. Asking for handball here, Macedonia. No penalty for the home side.
He's never going to be able to give that as a penalty, I don't think. It hits John Terry. It's not banter ball, it's the other way around. You see it there again. It's just a block.
An important block. 10 minutes to go.
It's given them a head of steam though, Martin. The crowd's got up again. Decision that's gone against them.
Pandev. And the Shaqiri shot as well. And trying to stiffen that midfield resistance with the substitution, and it worked. And there's a way forward here with Downing. 1 of 5 in the attack. England not under orders to rein it in. Even Hargreaves had got forward. Pandev. It's a few years back that the Republic of Ireland conceded a goal here in the very last minute. That would be extremely costly for McCarthy.
Can't keep giving the ball away like that. Paul Robinson's aimless kick goes to nobody. We've got to kill the tempo now, keep the ball, control this last 10 minutes.
Sedlowski. In a way, Macedonia think, well, we're okay in keeping it to just 1 to really turn up the burners now. Throw players forward. They didn't want to be out of the game before they were in it, so to speak. Gerrard definitely needed to help Lampard and Hargreaves at the moment. Quick reminder of what's coming up on Sunday from the Championship. Leeds against Wolves, the tradition in that fixture. Sky Sports 1. And Super Sunday comes from Upton Park in the Premiership. West Ham. That's a week they're having against Aston Villa. Going brilliantly. Here's Stoikov going well himself for Macedonia here. Forcing Cole to track with him, and a corner is the outcome. were defending in-swingers at this goal in training last night. They've got an important one to defend now, and it is Shaqiri. And Gerrard knows what his job is to do. Can he embarrass Paul Robinson and company as he did David Seaman and that England team of 2002? Martin Shaqiri has got a second ball to deliver. That's Tasevski. Oh, it's off the line just by Ashley Cole. And that emphasises how narrow England's margin is at the moment.
This is unbelievable, Martin. It's a great ball in. There's a problem there, and this ball just rolls across the touchline. Ashley Cole knows nothing about this. Swings his foot at it. He's very, very fortunate.
Tasevski. Look where Crouch is. Got long legs, but he's got a long way to go. Well played from England's point of view.
Here it is again. It's a good ball in. It's well defended in the initial stage by Rio Ferdinand. This goes right across the goal. And Ashley just takes a slash at this. Unfortunately for him, there's no Macedonian player there.
Frank Lampard is coming off. To be replaced by Michael Carrick. Lampard is, of course, on the back of a very disappointing World Cup. And he had his critics from the Andorran game. Carrick is on to try and help England just restore a bit of order here.
I don't think this is a bad move, Martin. Michael Carrick can keep possession. He's a sublime footballer. Gets the ball, lends it out, takes it back. Always creating an angle and an opportunity for somebody to give it to him. And that's what we need to do now. We just need to kill this game off through our possession.
It won't be done like that. As Hargreaves tries to roll it into Gerrard. Stoichkov, and Cole is there again. I knew a bit more about that. Lazarevski making some good ground here. And Terry able to take a touch and not letting the pressure of the last couple of minutes induce a note of panic into his game. Shimolikowski. When in truth a goal could come in these closing minutes at either end, because Macedonia are by necessity going for broke. And penalised for handball here. I'm still asking, I think, about the handball at the other end. So Malikowski was looking to grab the whistle, maybe. Or is he waiting for the whistle, maybe? That's what he wants, to wait for the whistle to get the wall set up. Make sure the referee's not going to allow England a quick one here. Good bit of sign language, really. Here goes Hargreaves. It's dipping, and it got a touch.
Corner, yeah.
Been on free kicks for Bayern Munich.
It's a decent effort. Unlikely to score from there, but he buys England another set piece whilst the ball's down in this final third. Macedonia aren't going to score.
Well, in the opening seconds of the second half. Back by Ashley Cole. Steven Gerrard is going to get booked. The referee thought about it for a moment. Peter Crouch has also been booked. He's coming off, having got the ball over the line just to give England a lead that they still hold, and a win that is not yet guaranteed. Andy Johnson that replaces him will of course be big rivals on Saturday morning in the Merseyside derby.
Johnson's pace just gives us an outlet. We can just search the Macedonian defence, get them out, stretch them off us, hopefully get the ball and put it in behind them. Andy Johnson can use his pace to get there, just take them off us a little bit, start to play the game in their final third.
Macedonia wasting the throw and a chance maybe to get a ball into England's penalty area. Away from home in qualifying games, a win is a win. And England closing in on that, 2 minutes plus added time to go. And Katanets is furious about time wasting here, and he's got a response from the referee. And Cole joins the list of England players who have collected yellow cards tonight. In a match where in truth they haven't been under the collar a lot, and it's not been a feisty game. There have been a lot of technical offences. Her referee has been very hot on that. It hasn't been roughhouse stuff from the home team, and really not from the home supporters, although you can't hear always the details of the cries at the England players. There was that racist element here 3 years ago. Here's Lazarevski, England not out of the wood yet. Petrov. Play by Stoikov. By Malikoski. Gets a foot in for England. And the second time. First of all, run it to some sort of safety to run down the clock, and in fact he's caught ahead of the ball. Johnson and Lennon likewise. So a gap for Macedonia to exploit here. 3 added minutes. Shaqiri. Sedlowski is in there, scorer of their 1 goal in the group so far. And that's what England are reduced to. Shake it ahead from David Platt alongside me.
That's just giving the ball away. It's inviting them back onto us. We're very, very deep now as a defence. It's not like the break is down, but just a silly decision from the referee, and all of a sudden there's a set piece coming your way. Just keep the ball.
And Lennon. In rather desperate fashion. Get forward by Mitreski. Robinson says that is his. And his defenders are very grateful for that. Final thought or two, David?
I think it's been a solid performance, Martin. I think, we've got the goal. It's always difficult to break teams down. We had 2 or 3 efforts in the first half. We got the goal early in the second half, and then since then we've never really looked as though they're going to score. So I think it's been quite a solid performance. Obviously you'd like to see more goals because we wouldn't be having this tricky period now, but all in all, like you say, a win's a win.
Lazarevski, and it's ever closer for England. Remember 3 years ago to the very day, won 2-1 in this stadium, having gone behind. Now somehow smuggle in firecrackers and flares. It's not been a performance full of the other kind of flair from England. But as long as they see out these last few seconds, it will be seen, I'm sure, as job done. A lot of Macedonians forward here, including now Sedlowski, who's become an auxiliary attacker. Katanets feels that he's got a side that can compete, and maybe they'll take points off England's more likely rivals for qualification. Oh, and Nikolovsky, the goalkeeper's coming up here. The final moments in Skopje, and the referee has An infringement. He's been true to himself from starting the game to virtually finishing it. Looks like another clean sheet for Paul Robinson, and England have had plenty of those.
Not too sure what the referee's actually seen there.
Last ball forward from Macedonia. It doesn't even have time to land. 6 points out of 6 so far for Steve McLaren's England. Peter Crouch, yet again, the match winner in the early seconds of the second half, off the underside of the bar and clearly over the line before bouncing out and back into play. It was enough. John Terry, strong as an ox at the back. Ashley Cole got one off the line. Group E, an encouraging start. Success in terms of the result in Skopje. Not much more breathing space than there was here 3 years ago. Macedonia's pre-match optimism in the end produced false hopes in terms of the result. They could take points, as I say, from England's bigger group rivals here. And remember, the two countries meet again in their next group match in Manchester next month. In this match, it has finished Macedonia 0, England 1.
The last of 3 games being played in Group E today. Russia and Andorra. Russia and Croatia, that's right. It was a draw earlier, no goals. And Israel beat Andorra by 4 goals to 1. So join England on 6 points at the top. Macedonia